Hey everybody. Today we're gonna be doing a breakdown and cleaning of the Bersa Thunder 380. Um, it's uh, it's a gun I hadn't really messed with before. Um, Very simple uh, mechanism in this particular pistol. A lot of them can get pretty complicated in there, but this one it's fairly simple. Uh, uh, to break down and clean because there's not really a lot of complicated parts. So it's very simple to break down, like I said. um, Much more so than the Phoenix HP 22 Alpha that I showed y'all a week or so ago. So what you're gonna want to do when it doesn't matter if you're breaking it down, cleaning it, and this goes for any gun. The very first thing you want to do is you want to drop that magazine, and then you want to rack your slide back. You want to check that chamber. Make sure that chamber is clear. There's nothing in there. It's empty. So now we can safely begin work on it. All you do to break this gun down, see this little lever right here. You push that lever down with your index finger, holding it just like you would hold it when you're firing it. You put your index finger on that lever, push it down. You pull your slide back, raise it up, and ride it forward. And as simple as that. Your slides off. I think the spring is gonna stay on there, I believe. Uh, just because it's pretty tight on there, feels like it'd be one of them ones. It's hard to get it back on without doing it a few times to get it loosened up. So we're not gonna worry about that right now. I might do it a little bit when we're cleaning it. So you look in here in your slide. I don't think you're gonna be able to see anything because it's dark. Alright, so you look in your slide. It's pretty dirty in there. But I don't really see any actual damage other than some cosmetic, around the edge of your slide right here. So we'll start looking at our lower receiver here. It is a hammer fire, as you can see, not a striker fire, which definitely is. That's a point in my book. Got our safety comes off with the slide up there. This is just a slide release. This is your magazine eject. This is one of them dumb California law locks that you got to put on your guns in California nowadays. Thankfully, I don't live in California because that's stupid. Come over to this side. You got your breakdown lever, and it's really about all you're working with here. Like I said, it's a very simple firearm. So anyway, when you get into cleaning it, I always try to there we go. I always try to start at the top and work my way down. The very first thing that I like to do is get a little bit of oil everything up, let that sit for a couple of minutes, and then I get started on the cleaning. So we're gonna grab this oil. This is just some Artist gun oil. I prefer the kinds like this to have a little spray nozzle on them. It's just easier to spread that oil in there. So we're gonna take and we're just gonna give it a pretty liberal coating of oil there. I mean, you're just gonna be wiping it off anyway. Get all in there, down in your barrel, around your trigger, and So we're gonna let that sit for a few minutes, and we'll get back to it. Alright, so it's been sitting for a few minutes, and this is a used gun, obviously. I think what I'm going to do, instead of using my oil rag that's already, got a good bit of oil in it, I'm going to start a fresh one here just to see how much gunk we get off of this thing. So, alright, it's really one of the simplest things in the world to actually clean a gun. We're going to start with the slide. And as you can see, there's a lot of gunk coming off of there. And then we're going to work our way down to our barrel and lower receiver, also pretty gunked up. But I'm going to go ahead and do all that. And when I'm done, I'm going to show you the results. And we're going to reassemble it, cycle a few rounds through it, and see if it's doing any better. Okay, so we've got this thing cleaned up. One thing I want to do though is I want to go ahead and take these pistol grips off, the grip panels, whatever you want to call them, and it's just a flathead screwdriver on each side, one screw. So I'm gonna go ahead and take them off. As you can see, I went ahead and took the spring off too. When I oiled it up, that loosens it up pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, take these off, show y'all what's going on inside of there, clean that up, then we'll throw this thing back together and cycle through a few rounds through it, and should be good to go after that. Okay, so I took off the left hand grip panel there and decided that I really didn't need to take the other one off, because the reason I took it off is that you're never going to find any carbon buildup in here because there's no flash that goes down into here. This is just where your magazine goes. But what will happen a lot of times is you'll get a lot of grit in here, dirt, sand. Even if you don't live around sand, it's weird, you'll get sand in here. So I like to take the grip panels off about every 4th or 5th time I clean the firearm, just to get all that grit out from in there, because that can cause damage to your magazine, your safety mechanisms, things like that. So I took this one apart, and surprisingly there wasn't really anything in there, a little bit of dust. So I'm going to finish wiping that out. We'll put everything back together. Okay, so when you're putting this firearm back together, there's one thing you want to notice about the spring. If you put it on one way, it just slides on and fall right off. I mean, I can put that on there and it'll fall off. But if you turn it around, it's more of a tight fit. Put that on there, it's not going anywhere. Give it a little tug to actually get it off. That's the end that you want to feed onto your barrel. Okay, so now we've got I know y'all see that I have Q-tips here, and a lot of people tell you, oh, you never clean your gun with Q-tips, and that's true for the interior parts of your gun. Just want to make it clear that what I was using these Q-tips for was for exterior parts of the gun, like this little behind your rear sight mount, things like that around the little around your pins, stuff like that. Those Q-tips did not go down into the interior of the guns where they could hang up and have fluff pulled off and jam things up. Just wanted to make sure that was clear so y'all didn't think I was an idiot. Alright, so putting the gun back together, just as simple as taking it apart. It's just a reverse procedure. Alright, you take your breakdown lever, you push it down, put your spring in there, you're going to put it like there. Alright, pull it back. When you pull it all the way back, it sit right down into place. You let go of your brake down lever, and then whoa. Alright, well, I obviously done that wrong. I didn't get it set properly. Alright, so right there, it's set into place. So you're gonna press your brake down lever, pull it back, let it ride forward. Alright. Make sure everything's looks like it's functioning properly. You're gonna take an empty magazine, put it in here, and give it a few little. Alright. Make sure everything's working properly. Your slide locks to the rear. It releases. It fires. Alright. We're going to put that on safe. Set it right there. I'm going to throw a couple of rounds in there and we'll see how it goes. Okay, I was going to fire a few rounds off for you, but it turns out that I don't have any 380 rounds. So I guess that's going to be the end of our video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. What I'd like to do is have y'all put in the comments what kind of firearms y'all would like to see me make videos on next. So if you want to, you know, if everybody wants to list 3 or 4 firearms, I can go through that and see which one gets the most votes, and we'll go ahead and make a video on that. So, as always, if y'all like the video, please hit that like button. Subscriptions are definitely appreciated. And God bless y'all, and y'all have a good day.